What is up, guys? It is KikiZilla 101 here yet again, and welcome back to Kiki and Coffee, the show where we casually talk about stuff and put in as minimal effort as possible while we drink coffee. So grab your coffee, tea, or other preferred beverage, and let's get straight into the video. That's good. Now, I know some people before have asked me what kind of coffee I drink, and so I just brought this out so you guys can see. It's Maxwell House International Vanilla Caramel coffee. It's like instant coffee. It doesn't have much caffeine in that stuff. Very good stuff. I love it. It's not the only coffee I drink, but that is one of the common ones I drink a lot, and that's what I'm drinking today. It's good. Alright, so as the title of the video infers, today we're going to be doing a haul video of all the things that I got, or at least a bunch of the things I got from my trip to California to see my best bud ArtsyDilo. If you want to see that video, whenever it's finished, it will be in the top right corner right now. I still have to work on that with him. We have a vlog video that will be covering that whole trip. It's not going to be done when this video comes out, but if you're watching it after the fact and when it is out, it will be up in that top right corner and linked in the description. So yeah, we had tons of fun. We went around a bunch of places. We saw Godzilla King of the Monsters together, which we have been wanting to do ever since we first became friends, which was shortly after the 2014 Godzilla movie came out. We've been friends for 5 years, and it was a really fun trip. We had a blast. I'm not going to talk too much about the actual trip here because we have a whole video that will go into discussion about that. We also made some Kiki quests together at a couple places, 3 Kiki quests to be exact. And we also met a good friend of mine. A lot of you guys may know her as Tyrannosaurus or Tizer. Her first name being Jaden. She's a good friend of mine. We also met her, and we went and saw Godzilla with her, which was actually our 3rd time watching it. Cesar and I both watched the movie 4 times. So it was an awesome trip, a really awesome trip, and I got a bunch of souvenirs to show off. We're just going to do a quick little haul video about it. Alright, so let's get into one of the first things I got, which would be this little Point Mugu, California keychain. It's just because we went and actually visited the Point Mugu military base or naval base in California, which is actually where I grew up for the first few years of my life. As if some of you guys might know, my father's actually in the Navy, so I did live on Point Mugu Naval Base for some time. Don't anymore, but it was pretty cool to go back there. I didn't really remember any of it. I was too young, but it was really cool to go back to where I grew up and where I was born. So that's a pretty cool souvenir. I got a keychain because I do use keychains occasionally for certain things. So then another thing I got was this, which is actually purchased for me by Cesar's mom. And it is a mood stone in the shape of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which she bought for me at the LA Brea tar pits, which we did film a Kiki quest there, so you can look forward to that when that video is done. It will be linked in the top right corner and in the description. So there you go. That's pretty cool. I actually think mood stones are really cool, how they change color and whatnot, and it's a very cool souvenir, and yeah, I love it. Here's another shirt, which actually was bought for me at Hollywood by Cesar's mom as well. It's just a California shirt, and it's basically a souvenir from me going to California. So I love this. I'm going to be able to wear it with my pajamas. I like wearing t-shirts and like plaid pajama pants and stuff like that, so I'm probably going to wear this as some of my pajama stuff. But it's really cool to have a California shirt just to bring back from being in California. So thank you so much again, Cesar's mom, for that. I love it. Also, I nearly forgot, but Cesar also got me this nice little bag of rocks, like I think they're luck rocks or something like that, from the La Brea tar pits. It's pretty cool. They're all different kinds of shapes, colors and sizes and stuff. But I'm not going to bring them out of this because I don't have to put them all back in there. But thank you again, Cesar, for this little bag of rocks. I didn't forget about it. I just accidentally left it up here when I was bringing all the stuff down there. So now we can get into a little bit more of the stuff that's up your guys' alley. The couple things I got from the LA Zoo. So first off, I bought this for myself. Now all these Safari figures actually have their tags removed because I technically reviewed these last night. I actually filmed little zoo reviews for them. Those will be linked in the description once they're complete. but I technically recorded those before I recorded this video, even though this video will come out first. So yeah, but their tags are off. But anyways, this is the 2007 Safari Gray Wolf. It's in a howling pose. It's beautiful. I've actually wanted this figure for quite some time now because wolves are some of my favorite animals. And so when I saw it in person, I got to pick out which one I liked the most out of all the different color schemes and stuff like that. Yet again, a review for this guy will be coming out pretty soon. So that's one I got for myself. I got 2 of them gifted to me from the LA Zoo by my good friend Cesar, aka ArtsyDilo. Go subscribe to him if you aren't already. He has a lot of cool art videos and repaints and all kinds of cool stuff. It'll be in the top right corner right now. Sorry, gotta get that down, which direction it is. And it'll be linked in the description to his channel. But he got me 2 birds of prey. The first one is a harpy eagle figure from Safari. Yet again, the tag is removed because I already reviewed it. And yeah, it's a beautiful figure. The detail is lovely on it. You'll see it a little bit better when I actually do the review on it. Really beautiful figure, and I love birds of prey, so that's pretty cool. Another dinosaur to add to my collection. And I did want to start doing a small modern day animal collection, so it's kind of cool that I get to start it now. And then another one is the bald eagle figure from 2008. Oh, this one's from 2017, by the way. The harpy eagle's from 2017. This is the Safari 2008 bald eagle. Beautiful figure. Obviously, it's not a bald eagle anymore. If you know what a bald eagle looks like, you can probably look at it and be like, well, why is it not a bald eagle? Now, there's a pretty cool story behind this because when Cesar and I were actually at the LA Zoo, we saw on the map that there looked like there was a Stellar sea eagle on the map. And I was like, actually, yeah, it might have been on the map that I saw something that looked like a Stellar sea eagle. Either way, I was wondering if they had a Stellar sea eagle there because I love Stellar sea eagles. They're some of my favorite birds, probably my second favorite bird species. They make such a cool noise, which actually a lot of scientists speculate is probably very similar to what a lot of dromaeosaurs like Velociraptor would have made. You can look up a whole video on that. Just do a quick Google search. It's really cool. Stellar sea eagles are just beautiful, beautiful animals. And we got to see 2 of them actually in person. We looked it up on the internet and we found out they did have them there, and so we found and tracked them down, and we got to take pictures with 2 of them. I'll put the pictures up in the video right now of those Stellar sea eagles we got to see. And since it was so cool for us to be able to see Stellar sea eagles in person, we ended up both repainting this bald eagle to look like a Stellar sea eagle. And so basically Cesar did the base coat. He made it all brown, a nice fluid brown, and then he did the legs here with the white and whatnot. So he did all that painting. I think he wanted me to mostly paint it myself, since it was my figure. So he left the little finer details down to me. So I painted the feet. I repainted the claws and the feet. They're a slightly different hue than they were originally. And then I gave some like goldish brown dry brushing around the head there, if you're able to see that at all. And then the beak, I gave that a repaint, and the eyes and all the white on the wings and on the head was my work. So he and I both partnered up and repainted this guy, which is really cool because it kind of symbolizes our trip in a lot of ways, that we got to see Stellar sea eagles, and then he and I both worked together to repaint this figure, which is really cool in my opinion, and I love it. This is going to hold a really special place in my heart. Probably one of my favorite figures that I have now, just because it means so much in so many different ways. So yeah, that's a really cool figure I have. I'll probably do like a little under the spotlight video for it eventually, which will be pretty cool. Now, moving on to the other figures I got, we have the stuff I got from the Aquarium of the Pacific. Now, the Aquarium of the Pacific is a really cool aquarium. It was a little disappointing because it was really packed when we were there, unfortunately, but I had a blast. We went there with Cesar's Nino, which is basically his uncle, and he's a really great guy. I love the guy a lot. And so Cesar kind of snuck these behind my back and got these for me as presents. It's a long story that I'm not going to go into in this video, but he got me 2 Safari figures at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Now, the first one has a little bit shorter of a story, so we'll just do this one. So he got me the weedy sea dragon, which is really cool because I actually just, like a couple months ago, watched Blue Planet 2 for the first time, and I love that documentary. It's one of my favorite documentaries, and they actually had the weedy sea dragon in there, so it's really cool that I got to own this one. And I'm going to add it to my collection. So this one's a really cool figure. I really like it. It's a 2013 weedy sea dragon, by the way, from Safari. So I'm going to put that one down. Now we're going to get into the next one, which is basically, when we walked into the aquarium, we went to the gift shop first because we had to watch a movie, and so we were waiting for the showing to the time for the showing to come up before we actually went into the movie, and then we could go through the rest of the aquarium. And so we were exploring the gift shop, and I immediately noticed that there was this whale, this porpoise that was all over the gift shop. I mean, they had pictures of it, they had stickers, they had mugs, they had paintings, they had figures, and stuffed animals, everything of this one whale. And I'm like, what is up with this whale? And it was called the vaquita porpoise, and it is such an adorable animal. Vaquita actually is Spanish, and it means little cow. It is such an adorable little porpoise. And when we finally went over to the safari bin where they had a bunch of safari figures, they actually had a vaquita porpoise there, the 2018 Safari vaquita porpoise. And I just melted. I loved it. Its adorable little face. I quickly fell in love from this figure. I fell in love with it, and now I think it's my favorite whale. It's my new favorite whale. It's just adorable, and I ended up looking up and doing a lot more research on it after the fact, and it's actually only native to like the Pacific coast along California and Mexico, and they're extremely endangered, near extinct, less than 30 of them in the wild right now, and it's a really sad story that they're going extinct from poaching, and it's really terrible, but they're such adorable little animals, and I quickly fell in love with it. And Cesar saw this when we first went into the gift shop, and he snuck it behind my back and purchased it. And then when we came back after going through the whole aquarium, at the end I came back to the gift shop, and I was going to buy it for myself because I loved it so much. I was going to buy it, and he kept trying to convince me not to. He's like, no, you can get it online, all this and that. He kept trying and trying and trying for like 5 minutes, and he realized that I was going to buy it. I really wanted it that bad, and so he had to give in and say like, well, you don't want 2 of them now, do you? And so I kind of spoiled it for him, that he was trying to surprise me that he bought it, but at least he knows that he got me something I really care about. And this is actually my favorite of all the little figures that I got here. I love this one so much. It's so adorable. I adore it so much. And then really cool is that later when we went to the Natural History Museum with Ty and we were looking through this taxidermy room, we actually got to see a taxidermy of a vaquita porpoise, which is actually really cool. So I got to see one in person in a way, as best as I could. Obviously, they were extremely rare. It's unlikely I'd ever see one in person alive, but it was really cool to see that. And so this is actually this one holds a lot of special places in my heart because it was kind of like the animal of our trip, which was pretty cool. So I love this porpoise a lot. It's really cool. Alright, so now enough with that. Let's go into the Godzilla stuff. So I have a couple Godzilla things I want to go over. So first off, just before we went to the movie itself on opening night, I think it was on Wednesday. Yeah, it was on Wednesday. We went to a collectible show called Frankensons, which is in Los Angeles, and it was a really cool collectible show. But we went in there with one purpose. We were looking for Godzilla NECA figures, so we could get a couple for our trip. Cesar was looking, actually, I think both of us were looking for Mothra. I was hell-bent on finding that NECA Mothra because she was my most excited part of that whole movie. I was so excited to see Mothra, and after watching it, I can confirm she's my favorite monster in that whole movie. But unfortunately, she just was released too recently, and so there wasn't any at the convention. But we did find Godzilla, so I got my own NECA Godzilla. Really awesome box. I love this box. I've been trying to convince myself to not collect boxes anymore, but this box I definitely have to hold on to. It's so cool. It's got a nice little flap that you can see the figure in the inside. We're not going to get too deep into that one right now, but here's the figure itself. The Godzilla 2019 NECA figure. It's so awesome. I love the tail. The articulation on the tail is amazing. And yes, we were intending on looking for these ones in person because we do know that there's been a lot of quality control issues, especially with the paint. We did find one beforehand at a Target, but the paint was awful. It had a bunch of lip props and stuff, but I found a really excellent one because I looked for it in hand. Unfortunately, mine came with a couple other issues. There is some plastic issues around the hand, and the head tends to pop off on mine, which is unfortunate. But it's a really awesome figure. I love it big time because this was basically the highlight of Cesar and my trip in California, our little vacation stay. we were definitely waiting the most for the Godzilla movie, which was amazing. I'd highly recommend you guys go out and watch it if you're a Godzilla fan. It's great. It's my new favorite Godzilla movie, for sure. It's not without its flaws, but we can get into that in a different video. If you guys do want me to do a review of that movie, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do a Kiki and Coffee reviewing that movie. And yeah, if you also want a review of this figure, I know I don't do Godzilla reviews and stuff, but just for this movie, since it's a very special case, I will be willing to do a couple like Godzilla themed videos just around this this kind of event, because it's really exciting and stuff. And I even thought of maybe doing a list of my top 10 favorite kaiju for our Kiki and Coffee episodes. So let me know what you guys think of those videos below, if you want me to make any of those. If so, which ones? So I can do a video reviewing the movie, I can do a video reviewing this figure, I can do a video talking about my top 10 favorite kaiju, excluding Godzilla. Moving on to the last few things I have, when we actually saw Godzilla opening night, we saw it at a Regal IMAX theater, which was really cool, and we got a collectible ticket, which is awesome. This is my ticket for going to see the movie, which is a collectible ticket, and then I got a code on the back that gave me access to purchasing this poster. So here's the little mini poster I got as a complimentary poster for seeing it opening night in IMAX. So I got a cool IMAX poster of Godzilla and King Ghidorah fighting. That is a concept image of King Ghidorah. It's not actually what he looks like in the movie, but it's a really awesome poster. I'm trying to take good care of it. That's why I leave it in the tube. So I'm gonna try to take good care of it until I can get it in a frame. And yeah, so it's the same image as that's on the collectible ticket, which is really cool. We're gonna put that down right there. So much that I can do with all these. There's reviews for all these guys coming out, except this one. I don't know if I'll actually do a review on that one because it's repainted, so it's kind of hard to review the figure for what it was. But I might do a spotlight, under the spotlight video for this one, just showing off the repaint a little bit. And I might do some Godzilla related videos depending on what you guys think of that. And also remember to keep an eye out for that vlog video that Cesar and I will be releasing that will be covering our whole trip, and to keep an eye out for those Kiki quests that should be coming out within the next coming months whenever I get time to come around to them. And don't worry, I am working on Mesozoic Isle. I have been gone for 2 weeks on a vacation, and then I got sick, and then I had to help my grandpa with some house renovations, and now I'm back, and I'm going to be getting a job soon. So I'm kind of tight for time, but don't worry, Mesozoic Isle episode 2 is coming. I'm getting to work on it. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.